and Republican Congressman Ben Cline of Virginia. So good morning, Congressman. The redistricting battle puts your state, your district in the national spotlight ahead of Virginia's newly redrawn maps. It would give Democrats a 10-1 majority. As I said, your seat's one of them that could be eliminated. It's now in the hands of the court. Where do you see this going?
Well, thank you for having me. Virginia's part now of a national conversation about redistricting, but up to this point, it's been at the Virginia Supreme Court. We're optimistic that the justices are going to follow the law and the Constitution of Virginia and knock down this unconstitutional gerrymander plan that Democrats forced through over the last several months.
All right, let's turn now to some breaking news late last night. As you know, the longest partial government shutdown in history over. The House passing the Senate DHS bill to fund the department outside of DHS and CBP. Republicans will instead fund those two agencies with a 3-year budget reconciliation bill to bypass Democrats. It's not exactly the way Republicans wanted things to go down, but do you see all of this getting done, and what do you make of all these moves?
It is not my preference. My preference would have been to fund the entire department together under reconciliation. That way we could bypass Democrats and not have to capitulate on any of this. As it was, Democrats held up vital national security spending for months, endangering lives, endangering our national security. But in this workaround, we were able to make sure that ICE got paid, that Customs and Border Patrol got paid, that the men and women at Homeland Security get paid, and that our nation, as we come up on things like the World Cup, these events, and the entire country is secure for the future.
Yeah, to that point, Congressman, now you have one Democrat he wonders, what was it for? Democrat Senator John Fetterman posting that this was unnecessary and a failure of Congress. I mean, Congressman, Democrats started out the DHS shutdown in February demanding 10 different things. They got none of them, zero.
Exactly. Democrats are going to try and block our efforts to keep this country safe, picking on ICE, picking on Customs and Border Patrol, but we're not going to let them sidetrack these important sources of security for Americans. So we're going to continue to fight, and that's why we were able to get this done successfully. Republicans stuck together with a 2 or 3 seat narrow majority in the House. We were able to get this passed thanks to the leadership of Mike Johnson and the leaders in the House.
Do you think that Americans will see that this historical shutdown was at the fault of Democrats? Midterms are right around the corner.
I think that voters see this for what it was. Democrats holding spending bills hostage because they don't like ICE securing our border and making sure that we repatriate illegals who are here back to their countries of origin, keeping this country safe from criminal illegals. In Fairfax County in Virginia, for example, 75% of the murders this year have been committed by illegal immigrants. That is unacceptable. ICE has to continue to operate in spite of efforts by Soros-backed prosecutors up there in Northern Virginia to protect illegal immigrants from being deported. We have to go ahead and keep the pressure on to make sure that we remove dangerous illegal immigrants from this country.
All right, Virginia Congressman Ben Cline, thank you for joining us today. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.